What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment back at y'all with another one. Hit the like and hit the sub and comment as well. Now, there was a debate that was brought up, and some people have this notion that John Stockton was a better player than Isaiah Thomas. Okay, and that to me, it 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 really can't be. It's just a silly comparison in my eyes. Okay, now I know why some people are bringing that up. Because of the simple fact that Stockton was on the USA team, and Isaiah Thomas wasn't. But the thing about it is that a lot of people felt that, okay, Isaiah Thomas was a dirty player, and that's why they put him. Some people in there, I don't know what they thinking. They put John Stockton above Isaiah Thomas because he had more class. That is not true at all. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. But first and foremost, let's just break everything down in terms of you know head to head. Because you if you go by the numbers, John Stockton, from a standpoint of his longevity, he has Isaiah Thomas, but in terms of what Isaiah Thomas brought to the table, not only from an eye test standpoint, but also from an accolade standpoint, Isaiah Thomas was far more superior. Of course, Isaiah Thomas got 2 rings. John Stockton doesn't have any. Okay, that just ends everything right there. And some people might beg to differ that just because a player has rings, that doesn't really necessarily mean anything. And in some cases, that's true, but in most cases, it does mean a lot, especially if you're that main player and that main guy. And Isaiah Thomas was the main superstar on that squad. I mean, he had a huge supporting cast. That helped him out. Ultimately led to back-to-back championship. But for the most part, Isaiah Thomas was the best player on that team. And also, you got to realize that John Stockton was playing with Karl Malone, one of the most durable Iron Men and one of the best scorers in NBA history. That's why he's up on the all-time list in terms of scoring. Okay, he was a walking bucket. Okay, so the majority of his assists went to Karl Malone. That's just facts right there. But John Stockton played longer. He played 6 more years longer than Isaiah Thomas. He played 19 years. Isaiah Thomas played 13. And, he played in way more playoff games than Isaiah Thomas, which is 19. Isaiah Thomas played in 9, but like I said, Isaiah Thomas was able to get it done. Now, All-Star game and All-Star appearances, Isaiah Thomas was in 12. John Stockton was in 10. Okay. And uh, you know, Isaiah Thomas also has an MVP on his resume. Okay, now all NBA teams, John Stockton, he's got the edge on Isaiah Thomas. He's had 11 all NBA team selections, while Isaiah Thomas had 5. And in terms of our defensive teams, John Stockton was at 5, and Isaiah Thomas doesn't have any. And John Stockton has also been the assist leader 9 times. Isaiah Thomas was 1 time. And in terms of steals, John Stockton, has led the league in steals 2 times. Now let's stop there for a second. Now that's the main argument that a couple people had brought up, because they were saying that because John Stockton is pretty much the best passer. I think it's something like the Godfather. And he's the Godfather of passing, and that's one of the reasons why he's all time leader in assists. Got to give him that just due, but that doesn't make him better. Now what he does also have is, in my eye, I thought was real phenomenal, is the fact that he's an all-time leader in steals too. So yes, that's arguable, but it was something about Isaiah Thomas. He brought a flair to the game. He was more, from a talent perspective, he could just do a lot more. I felt like his ball handling was a lot better. And Isaiah Thomas, he never played with a superstar. Well, I felt like Joe Dumars was slept on. He was an elite player in the backcourt for a while, but some people don't consider Joe Dumars a superstar. But he had he didn't have a quality like big that lined up with Karl Malone, if that makes any sense. Now, if you want to, like I said, I'm not all about numbers, but we'll just break down the numbers real quick. Okay, Isaiah Thomas had the edge on him in scoring. He was at 19.2. John Stockton was at 13.1 all time. Rebounds, Isaiah Thomas had the edge at 3.6. Stockton at 2.7. Now assists, John Stockton at 10.5. Isaiah Thomas was at 9.3. As steals per game, John Stockton was at 2.2, and Isaiah Thomas was at 1.9. Can't compare blocks. That doesn't make any sense to do that. And total points, John Stockton has more at 19,711, while Isaiah Thomas was at 18,822. Now, I gotta stop right there for a sec too. See, y'all might look at those numbers and be like, "Wow, that's very low." But if you notice, John Stockton was, he's the all-time leader of assists. And see, back in those days, the point guard position was really, really pass first, and it wasn't